Welcome back to the channel. We're back on the Big Bear. Got some parts ordered, had some parts ordered that came in today, and we are going to get back sailing on this thing. I'll give you a little tour of our parts department here. It's real organized, let me tell you. All right, we got the stator housing gasket, side case gasket, whatever you want to call it. I ended up getting two just in case I had to go back in there because if you remember from the previous video, the starter gear, the starter turns this gear here, which turns the crank. It had popped out for some reason. I don't know if it was from me hammering on it, trying to get it to crank when we're having carburetor issues. But anyway, we got the gasket tore, so we're gonna have to clean this surface up, put a new gasket on it. I've got everything in position, starter's back on. I held my finger on that, and we shafts that wouldn't pop out. We turned it so we know that everything's working. The starter's working. It's turning everything. We just got to get the case sealed and put back on. So we're going to concentrate on that today and see. And you know, I already cleaned the carburetor out for the second time. The first time it was just I dropped the bowl and cleaned the jet out, that main jet, and cleaned the bowl out, put it back together, and I ran it up the road at night. And that's the only thing, only time it ran really, more than, you know, enough to ride it at least. So we've got, I pulled the carburetor back off, we went through it, cleaned it the best I could, put it back together. We're gonna get the side cover on, fire it up, and hopefully this thing will start running good. And then hopefully we can address some other issues. And oh, I got an oil filter and I've got an air filter for it, and tires are on order. That'll be in another video. So let's get to work, get this thing put back together so we can see if it runs actually. Maybe we can, it's raining out, it's kind of a nasty day, everything's a soupy mess outside, but maybe we can, if it's not pouring down rain, we get it running, we can kind of put around on it and see if it, how it runs. I know Caleb is chomping at the bit to ride this thing, and been putting a lot of pressure on me to get it going, so we're gonna see if we can get it going. All right, we'll get in here and try to clean this gasket material. Taking a razor blade, you don't want to gouge your aluminum. You just want to lightly get in there and get your gasket off of there. All right. Got the surface area on the outside or outer case done. Let's get this gasket off here. All the gasket material came off pretty good. Just gonna take a little brake clean on the rag and just clean up our surface and determine what's gasket stuff, gasket, what's dirt. You don't want any oil leaks, you better get your gasket material, your gasket surface is clean. One little high rise from a old gasket is going to make a leak. Sometimes to prevent from gouging, you can drag your knife instead of trying to push it. There is a rubber grommet there where the wiring comes out from the stator. Typically, you'd probably want to put a drop of RTV on either side of that, or maybe all the way across it, bridge it all the way across. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just put straight gasket on it for now and hope it seals good. It looks like it's in really good shape. It cleaned up pretty good. Soak this oil up. Make sure there's no dirt and debris inside that case. Everything is in pretty good shape. Everything looks pretty good. I didn't see anything dirty really coming out of anywhere. Nothing alarming. All right, we got the gasket materials there cleaned up. Figure out which way she goes here. It goes like that. And she just pulls herself right on in with that stator magnet. Like, I'm coming in. The magnet pulls itself in. We've got several bolts here. I gotta remember where they went. Screws. Was missing one. That one there was missing. Touch.
Get that part back on.
Working on it, son. So it's missing that bolt. Somebody definitely been in this case before and they lost that one bolt. Isn't gonna kill us, but could form a leak. Oops. Put the reverse linkage back on. I do not know the torque specs of any of this, so if you're watching this, torque it to your own. I'm going to cut my gun down. Torque it to your own specs, so find your factory specs. I'm just going to whop it one time. Off my bolts. Alright, we've got us an air filter, so we're going to pop this old nasty one out. Doesn't have any foam on it. It's like a furry dog hair filter or something, I don't know. Throw that in the trash. Got us a nice new clean one. Just pops in like that. These are easy on this style. Nice, easy, quick connects. Snap lid or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. All right, check the oil. It doesn't look low. I don't know if I had a little overfilled or what. Put the key on. Got the gas on. Got the choke on. And it kicked out again. Look at it keep kicking that gear out. Well, as you can hear, it kicked the gear out again, so I'm going to pull that case back off. I'm not sure if it's falling out of the end of the case or what's going on. I'm going to look at it a little closer as I'm coming apart this time to see if I can see. I was afraid of that. Alright, so we're going to pull this back apart again. See if we can figure out what's going on. That's one reason I didn't want to put any sealer on that rubber plugs. I had a feeling I'd be pulling this thing back off. See, that shaft came off when I pulled it out. Damn thing ripped. 2 of them. That little damn gear right there won't stay in place. Looks like it needs another washer. Let's keep walking out. Maybe it is the clutch is bad. Starter clutch. All right, so I've got to pull this off, which is the stator flywheel. It's magnetized, so every time you try to stick it in through there, it tries to yank it out of your hand. I don't have any bolts that are going to be long enough. I need 3 bolts longer than that. That's the right thread, but these aren't anywhere close to being long enough. So I gotta measure, see what I need, and then I gotta hope to God that I can find something long enough. That's gonna be fun. I need them to be 5 inches. I've got to get that flywheel off of there because the clutch is behind it. It's the starter clutch, so it allows the gear to turn one direction freewheeling and the other direction with the direction the starter turns it in, which turns the crankshaft. It locks up and engages. So the other way, but it's free spinning both directions. I thought the gear was popping out of there, but that's not the case, because I can hold the gear in there now and hit the starter button and it just freewheels. Well, the other day I tried that after taking all this apart, except for this next step that I'm doing now. It engaged. I thought, well, that gear popped off of there or something inside somehow. Well, it shouldn't be able to, because it's locked in by the back side of this case. That hole right there is where that shaft goes. That shaft goes in that hole. So in this case, this cover is bolted in. It shouldn't allow this gear to come out of there. But I thought it popped out or something because it was freewheeling. Well, it's not. It's not the case. It's what's going on is it's just the clutch is bad. Well, when I looked the clutch up online, it looks like it's just got spring-loaded mechanism, and as it spins, it throws out these 3 little pieces of metal about like that, these little tabs, and they lock in place and it makes everything turn. I don't know if those are sticking because it's been sitting around so long, or what, because when I was starting it before, it was, when we first started digging into this thing, it was kind of clunky. Like the starter would sound like it was engaging, disengaging, engaging, disengaging. Well, I took the starter apart. I cleaned all the contacts in there, the brushes and the armature. I put a little sandpaper on there, and I cleaned all the contacts up. It's definitely not contacts in the starter doing it. It's the gear drive mechanism, so, or starter clutch. If I had longer bolts, if I had this bolt, which is a 5/16 by 24 thread, and these are 3.5s, I'd be able to pull that thing off of there. But my long bolts are 5/16 by 18 pitch. The thread pitch is 18. These are 24. So I've got to find a 5/16 24 thread pitch, and at about a 4 3/4 to 5 inch range to get that out of there. I need 3 of them. So I guess we're going to end this video here. It's a short one, but I guess it's just a little update, recap what we got going on, and the battles and the little things, pitfalls you run into along the way with messing with these old 4-wheelers. I hope Home Depot or Lowe's or Ace Hardware or somebody has these bolts local tomorrow. It's like 8:30 at night now. We're gonna wind down and go to bed. I'll just have to try to find them in the morning, and we'll jump back on this tomorrow afternoon at some point. Because I got 2 appointments in the morning I've got to go to, and then I'll try to hunt these down. In the meantime, you know, in between the appointments or after the appointments or whatever, grab the kids from school, and it'll be Friday tomorrow. So it's gonna be raining for like 5 days straight or some crazy crap like that. So we don't have anything better to do to work on stuff in the shop. I do have customers' cars I could be working on. I think my brother's bringing his Jeep by Saturday, so I can look at it. So I just would like to get these things running so I can pull them in and out instead of having to push them in and out. And I don't want to be rolling this out in the rain with the case open. I'd like to be able to, you know, get these things running. Man, I want to get them running. So I just had some bolts long enough. I have some bolts long enough that they're not the right thread pitch, and I don't want to bugger those threads up. So anyway, click the like button if you can, hit the subscribe if you want to see the next step, hit that bell notification and you'll be notified as soon as I drop the next video, which should be me pulling that apart and seeing what's wrong with that clutch. All right, stay tuned, come back, see us again. Appreciate you watching.